Let's just be real.
Classic Kasanova.
As you know, is one of the wealthiest men in America. And
Your head will explode.
and Jeffrey Epstein are arranging a time to meet. Again, it's not Jeffrey Epstein is seeking these guys out. They're seeking him out, okay? Elon Musk, the wealthiest man in the world, he's actually trying to arrange an appointment with Jeffrey Epstein. Alright, why? Because Jeffrey Epstein says, I represent the Rothschilds. Alright? Your money is fake. Your money is stock market money. Your money is an illusion. I represent real money, real power, real wealth. Okay? Alright. Alright. So, Jeffrey Epstein is very close with the Rothschild family. Why?
Classic Kasanova.
This is Arena de Rothschild, one of the members of the Rothschild family.
Your head would explode.
And in December 2018, okay, this is a year before he dies. Alright?
If I told you all at once, your head would explode.
Hey, real money. Let me tell you something very funny. Harvard is saying that when Hitler was poor, he lived in a home, a charity home, that was financed by 3 wealthy families who are Jewish. And who are these 3 wealthy families? They're the Rothschilds, right? They're the Epsteins, me, and the Gutmans. So these 3 families, Rothschilds, Epsteins, and Gutman, go back centuries. Alright, so Epstein is a member of one of the most powerful families in the world. Alright? Now, Irene the Rothschild responds and says, oh, it's just a conspiracy theory. Right? It's just saying that the Jews created Hitler. And Epstein gets angry at her and says, no, it's 100% true, man. Hitler was selling his clothes and already living in a shelter funded by Jews. Epstein, Rothschild, Gutman. No conspiracy. It's really true, okay? The Epsteins, who are we? We're the Vienna bankers. Alright? We've been around for the longest time. You Rothschilds think you're powerful? Well, we're powerful too. So the FBI is running an investigation on Jeffrey Epstein. And they created a file on him. And there's a confidential human source, a spy basically, who they recruit to tell them who Jeffrey Epstein is and what his network is. And the FBI is sort of blown away by what they discover, okay? So, Amber, could you help me read, please? Okay, alright, so I want you to start at the top, and it's very hard to read, okay, but try your best.
Okay. Jeffrey Epstein was represented by
Alan Dershowitz, okay? Alan Dershowitz is a Harvard professor. He's one of the most powerful men in America, okay? Alan Dershowitz. Keep on going.
Siege, as remembered, Dershowitz tell Alex Ocasio, U.S. Attorney of Southern District of Florida at the time, that Epstein belonged to both U.S. and Allied intelligence services.
Okay, so in 2008, Epstein was arrested in Florida for doing inappropriate behavior, okay? And Algorithm comes in and says, hey, you can't arrest this guy because he works for intelligence. Actually, the truth of the matter is, intelligence works for him, okay? Keep on going.
Siege has shared phone calls between Dershowitz and Epstein during which he/she took notes. After these calls, Mossad would then call Dershowitz to debrief. Epstein was close to the former Prime Minister of Israel, Barak, and trained as a spy under him. Barak believed Netanyahu was a criminal. Saudi Arabia, Israel, and the United Arab Emirates are allied against Qatar, Turkey, Iran, and Syria.
So here it says that Epstein worked for Mossad. That's not true, okay? Alright, so you look at Epstein's life. He actually started his career at Dalton. Dalton is one of the most prestigious elite schools in America. That's where all the most powerful, wealthiest families send their children, okay? He was hired as a teacher. Then he went to work for Bear Stearns. Bear Stearns, which is a financial firm. And there he learned finance. But then he went to work for Doug Lees. Who is Doug Lees? Doug Lees is an arms trafficker involved in Iran-Contra. Okay, so he's one of the biggest global arms traffickers in the world. And then he started to work for Barak, who is the Prime Minister or the former Prime Minister of Israel. Right? So you're like, everyone's like, okay, well, it's because is being moved from one place to another, okay? But another way of saying this is, he's an operative,
Classic
and he's being
Kasanova.
trained in how power works by mentors.
Your head would
Does that make
explode.
sense? Let's just say I have a big company, right? And I'm the chairman. My son is going to inherit this company. How do I train him to be a good boss? Well, I have him work in different departments of the company, and I have mentors train him in these different departments, right? So,
If I told you all at once,
Dalton
your head
is
would
education.
explode.
What's Bear Stearns? Finance. What is Doug Lee? He is criminal, arms trafficking. And who is Brad? He is intelligence, right? Does that make sense, guys? He's being trained, mentored in the different sectors of power in the world. Right? Keep on reading.
Masha Drakova telephone number is based in Silicon Valley. She has been running a film called Day One Ventures, a firm called Day One Ventures, which is supposedly an early stage investment company. She used to be Russian President Vladimir Putin's main contact in the Russian youth movement.
Classic Kasanova situation.
Drakova spoke, but Drakova did not talk at all about technology. Instead, she looked at CHS and said, "You knew Epstein, didn't you?" She said Epstein was a wonderful man.
Okay, so Epstein was connected with Vladimir Putin.
Classic Kasanova situation.
Let's read the last section. This is most important,
I
okay?
told you all at once,
CHS
your
advised
head would explode.
Okay, Shabbat Lubavitch, right? The organization we talked about. Yes, keep on going.
Shabbat is doing everything they can do to co-opt the Trump presidency. Shabbat is basically state-sanctioned Judaism. It is used by Putin to keep tabs on all the Russo-Jewish oligarchs. On the day Trump was elected president, Ivanka Trump and Jared
Kushner.
Jared
Didn't say
Kushner
Kushner, but keep on going.
were at the gravesite of Rabbi Sneerson.
So remember last class, I showed you a video of Netanyahu approaching a rabbi called Rabbi Sneerson and saying, "Will you give me your blessing?" And Sneerson says, "Yes, I will. And please hurry up and make the Messiah come." Okay? So it's all interconnected. Okay? Netanyahu, Sneerson, the Trump family, Putin. And it's all connected through Shabbat Lubavitch and Jeffrey Epstein, okay? Keep on going.
Who was the most powerful rabbi in the Shabbat network. Jared didn't disclose his stake in Cadre because of its ties to the Russian state, NFI. CHS believed this is the real Russian collusion story. Kushner had moved a lot of Russian investment money around. The FBI should investigate Kushner's family charities to find evidence of corruption and money laundering. Shabbat routinely uses charities to launder money.
Okay, so this is it, guys, okay? This is it. The FBI did an investigation, and what they discovered is that Jeffrey Epstein and Jared Kushner are both part of this transnational network that's able to co-opt different nation states, including Russia, including America. And they're all connected to this other transnational religious organization called the Shabbat Lubavitch. And their leader is Rabbi Sneerson. It's all one big network.
Classic Kasanova situation. If I told you all at once, your head would explode.
It's all one big network.
That's the Epstein list. How is that the Epstein list? It's a power play, Josh. They've exposed themselves to you. And when nobody's prosecuted, that's them squirting you in the eye. Okay, but isn't it good that some truth finally came out? The only truth that comes out is the truth they've allowed, Josh. Yeah, but really important people are implicated. Important to who? Bill Gates? He's a lactating milk sack. Nobody needs him. He could be sacrificed tomorrow and no one would care. Sacrificed? Yeah, gosh. You're witnessing a ceremonial sacrifice of the top brass that you think are people that matter. Well, they matter in the fact that they're people in power, Olaf. They just use condoms, Josh. There's plenty more where that come from. Compromised politicians, they're like cock rings at a Bergheim party. I don't get that reference. Der Flitzner Bahnhof. Some parties, you can't even get in without a cock ring. What? It's one big club, Josh, and they all have cock rings. You can't get to those positions without having a cock ring. And the ring has a string attached to it. And whenever they want something voted this way or that way, or they want this or that one, and the public opinion says no, they pull on that cock string and all the politicians say, okay, I'll vote your way.
It's all one big network.
A classic Kasanova situation. If I told you all at once, your head would explode. I told you all at once, your head would explode.
Okay, I'll vote your way.
It's all one big network.
There's still people out in doorways looking for shelter, and I think a lot of people think this is why we shouldn't allow hedge funds to own residential property.
And so what we were talking about earlier, too, is a little bit of the nostalgia aspect, right?
Yeah.
How this feels kind of like back in the 90s when we were growing up.
Yeah, like you were saying, yeah, it was much more snow, colder winters, and again, private equity didn't own so much of the housing stock in America.
Thank you so much, Kyle.
Yeah,